It appears that I have to explain in more detail how and why the Democratic Party must seize control of the legislative branch. The procedure can be found in the Constitution, which is the final word, not subject to dispute by either the executive or judicial branches. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment demands, even pleads, for the purging from government service all those who commit acts of insurrection and those who aid or comfort them. The purpose is to get rid of people who would be happy to attack and kill those who disagree with them, those who would prevent them from seizing power. Just like when you hear a distinctive sound of a rattlesnake, this amendment was intended to alert you that lives are at stake, that extreme measures must be taken, that anyone who does a favor for an insurrectionist must be automatically disqualified from government service. Senator John Thune voted against impeaching Trump for his conduct on January 6. He said his vote to acquit should not be viewed as exoneration for Trump's conduct on January 6, 2021, or in the days and weeks leading up to it. What former President Trump did to undermine faith in our election system and disrupt the peaceful transfer of power is inexcusable. Those are Thune's very words. How can John Thune's vote against impeachment not be seen as giving aid and comfort to Trump? So Democratic senators asked, what can they do? They say that Republicans own the floor and only Senator Thune can bring a matter up for a vote. The Constitution says Thune lost his membership in the U.S. Senate the moment he voted against impeaching Trump. The law says his seat is vacant. Any member of the Senate can initiate the election of a new qualified leader. Likewise, Mike Johnson voted against impeaching Trump in the House. His membership in the government, so says the Constitution, dissolved upon his vote pursuant to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Without him legally capable of opening the floor in the House, any member can do so and initiate an election for a new Speaker of the House. Even the U.S. Supreme Court has expressed agreement with this procedure when they ruled that only the legislature can enforce the 14th Amendment. Now, especially since the Republican House members have deserted the chambers, Democratic House members should nominate a new Speaker, counting only those qualified votes of members who voted for impeachment. Members of the Congress should be reminded that any vote that gives aid or comfort to Trump may be a violation of 18 U.S.C. 2383, which carries a possible prison sentence of 10 years and automatic disqualification from office. New leadership in the legislative branch. New leadership in accordance with the law and the Constitution. Sure, this plan may create dueling legislatures. A Democratic one with legal authority and the ability to immediately enact bipartisan legislation versus a fake Republican one that defies the Constitution. Who will win this duel? Leaders can only lead when they have followers. Who will follow the Democrats? Any American citizen, Democrat, Republican, or Independent, who believes in following the rule of law will, as will anyone who wants this constitutional nightmare to end. The military will. This plan will relieve them of taking orders from a foolish boy soldier and a demented fake president. Federal employees will. This plan will put them back to work, save the Health Department and the Department of Education, and return the government to a sane administration. The poor and the weak will. Those who want benefits for newborn babies restarted. Career DOJ lawyers will. This plan will renew their faith and dedication to the rule of law. It erases the gnawing fear that they're licensed to practice law and therefore their livelihood is in jeopardy. Career members of the FBI will, because it will set them free to pursue true criminals who clearly disobey the rule of law instead of satisfying Trump's erratic hunger for vengeance. The only resistance will come from those deposed from power, Trump and 5 crooked members of the Supreme Court, none of whom are empowered to stop the implementation of this plan. Democratic Legislators must have faith in the American people. They must believe that their followers don't want to continue with a president who has been convicted of 34 felonies, who has been proven to be a sexual predator, who has enriched himself at the public's expense, and who has happily basked in the shutdown of our government. Now, not tomorrow, Democratic leaders must take action, keep faith with the mandate of the 14th Amendment, impeach Trump and the 5 rogue Supreme Court justices, return our government to sanity. You, the ones who watch this video, don't just sit there. Call your senators and representatives. Do it several times a day. Demand they implement this plan.